Well, what is going on, DC fans, Snyder fans, Superman fans, all around Justice League fans in general? Hey, it's me, D-WIZZLE. Yes, I am on camera. I am in the flesh. You actually see my smiling face again. I know I haven't been on camera in a long time, but I felt like I had to be on camera for this video because it's a really special occasion. Some big news has happened recently, and I just want to be personal with you guys, talking to you guys face to face. I should just see my reaction with what's happening. Um, I don't have anything written down. I don't have anything planned or scheduled. I'm just gonna be talking, you know, just going goes off in my head. I'm just gonna, just speak with you guys casually. So bear with me if I, mess up here and there, get stuck. But this is just going off of emotion right now. I'm so giddy right now. I'm sure you guys see my T-shirt, so you guys know what we're about to talk about today. I'm repping Zack Snyder's T-shirt for his overall plan for Justice League. And you guys seen the title of the video, so you guys already know what we're gonna be talking about. Um, we are gonna be talking about the Snyder Cut. It's the Snyder Cut. It's actually coming out. Oh yes, he officially announced that it's coming to HBO Max in 2021. Hold on, let me get this centered a little bit better. Okay, here I am. Okay, so as of this recording, yesterday on Wednesday, May 20th, Zack Snyder hosted a live stream commentary on Man of Steel, and I was watching along. If you guys already know that, Man of Steel is one of my favorite superhero films of all time. It's definitely one of my favorite. It's definitely my favorite Superman movie. I have it on Blu-ray right here, Man of Steel, in all of its beautiful glory. So I was watching along with Zach on Vero, and I've heard some rumors about what was going on in that commentary, that we might get some news about the Snyder Cut possibly coming out. He might reveal something or confirm it, or something's gonna confirm it that day. So, yeah. So I heard that, and even though I was getting, I was, I was anticipating something, but I didn't want to get my hopes up because we've been through this before. It's been 3 years of false hope here, false hope there, thinking we're going to get something from Comic Con, thinking we're going to get something from the Snyder Cut that happened, thinking that Warner Brothers is going to say something when they announced HBO Max or whatever, right when they announced that it was going to come out. So, and every time nothing happens, nothing happened, nothing happened. So I'm like, I didn't want to get my hopes up because, just I've been lied to before. I didn't want to be hyping myself up and nothing happens. But there have been reports everywhere that that something's gonna happen in that commentary. Something's gonna happen. Like even like the big news outlets and journalists like Grace Randolph beyond the trailer and other people like that have kept saying that something big is gonna happen on Wednesday. Specifically when Snyder does his commentary on Man of Steel. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to tune in, you know, and I'm thinking like it does make sense because if there was any time to confirm it or announce it, it would be this, because like he's talking about Man of Steel, where it all started, and nothing happened when he did his Batman v Superman commentary on Vero, which I also watched along to. So I'm thinking, it should be with Man of Steel, right? This where it all started, and it's like those are the first two installments of this overall trilogy that Snyder created. So I'm like, and he's not gonna do commentary on Justice League, the version that we got in theaters of Justice League. So I'm thinking this is like the best time to do it. I guess if we're not gonna get it here, like we're probably not gonna get it in a while or ever. So so yeah, I was watching in and hoping that something would happen. Um, but like I said, didn't want to get my hopes up. So for those of you who've watched the commentary with Zach, you guys know what happens. Towards the end of the movie, when it was about to it was about to end, guess who pops up on the stream? Henry Cavill. Yes, he pops up on the commentary, and yeah, I was getting a little giddy right there because like I'm like, oh, Henry Cavill is here with Zach, and they were gonna take some like Q&A stuff after the movie. So at first I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna be there to be with him with the Q&A, but then I'm thinking like, you know, he it's kind of strange and a little bit special for him to come on appear the on the commentary at the end, because nothing, like I said, nothing happened with the Batman v Superman one. So I'm like, I mean, wonder what's going on here. And then they were taking some questions, and one of the fans, of course, they somebody had to ask about the Snyder Cut, so one lady did, and then when Cavill and Snyder were like trying to answer it, you feel like they were trying to steer away from the question. They were like feel like they were stalling for time. So I'm thinking, okay, something's up. Something is up. So Snyder actually answered the question. He's like, Warner Brothers owns it, so it's not a matter of if it's gonna come out. It's not a matter of if it's gonna come out. It's a matter of when, like when Warner Brothers would announce it. So I'll admit he got me for a little bit because you know how Warner Brothers is. It's like um, they're not completely behind this cut, so I'm like, okay, I would believe that Warner Brothers will hold this hostage and don't know what to do with it. But then, but then, but then Snyder was like, I have this little something right here. It's not the movie at the moment, but we got something else, for you to look forward to. And so he turns his camera, and then he shows on his projector at home a banner of Zack Snyder's Justice League coming to HBO Max in 2021. And I was oh my god, you guys should have saw my reaction when I saw that for the first time. I got up out of my seat. I was so excited. I was like, yes, yes. I was so happy. So yes, it's happening. It's happening. The Snyder Cut is actually coming out. I'm so giddy. I'm so excited. Like I didn't think it was gonna happen. It's been 3 years since the theatrical version came out, and Warner Brothers just dodging the question and all this stuff. So, and a bunch of news outlets and critics and people online saying that it doesn't exist and saying that it's never going to come out and blah 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 blah. Warner Bros. Is not going to fund any money to finish the cut, and now it's confirmed that not only does it exist, not only is it coming out, but Warner Bros. Is also supporting funding to finish whatever Zach wanted to finish with that cut, and we're going to get it on HBO Max. So all the years of people doubting and saying that it doesn't exist and saying that it's not going to come out, I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn here, but I'm just going to do it for a little bit. Told you so. Told you so. I knew it was going to come out. I knew it had to come out because you had so many people like screaming and yelling and lobbying for this cut to come out. And it's like, I feel like finally Snyder is going to get, his just due. It's gonna, they're gonna do right by him. Like at the end of the day, that's what I was lobbying for. To Zach to get, the respect for his work that he should have got from the beginning. Ever since the tragedy with his daughter, and in him having to leave the production of Justice League, like Warner Brothers from the beginning should have just respected what Zack wanted for that project. Because he lost a family member, And for Warner Bros. To just take advantage of his projects and turn it into something else, Joss Whedon and Jeff Johns turning it to something that just, I don't know, it just feels horrible. It's just not a good movie. I don't like it at all. It's probably my least favorite DCEU film. One of my most disappointed films of all time, because like Justice League was my most anticipated film of that year, and what we got, it was just, I was just so disappointed, because I love Man of Steel. As I said, it is one of my favorite superhero movies. And then we get to Batman v Superman, and yes, this movie is not perfect. It does have its fair share of issues, but I enjoy the movie. I like what Snyder did with it. I like the world building that he did, and I knew that after this movie, when he fine tuned some things in the universe and stuff like that, I think he was going to make something special with this DCEU. But yeah, we get to this piece of crap. Yes, I own this. I don't know why I own this. Um, I think after I watch the Snyder Cut, I'm probably gonna burn it. Probably do a video on burning it, because I don't know why I still own this crap. Probably out of, in case that Snyder Cut never comes out, I would have it in my collection of the other DC movies, because I own the other DC movies, so this had to be part of it. But now that the Snyder Cut is coming out, I don't feel a need to be keeping this for much longer. So yeah, this piece of crap. Yeah, I was just so disappointed. I didn't like this movie, and for the people that do prefer this over Man of Steel and BVS, more power to you. It's always going to be here. You guys can continue to watch this if you want, but for me, I couldn't stomach watching this. I tried watching this last year, and I was thinking about doing a revisit of this movie, see if my opinions changed, and I couldn't finish it. I couldn't finish it. It was that bad. It was just making me that angry. I couldn't deal. But now that we're getting the Snyder Cut, I won't have to watch this movie ever again. I know there's people out there saying that what if the cut sucks? What if the Snyder Cut isn't good? I have a hard time believing that, because like from what it was teasing in the first trailers, and what Snyder slowly was telling us about his production on the film, like, there's just more substance. There's just better visuals. There's more character building with his movie. So I have a hard time believing that the version we got is better than what he had. I feel like the only reason that Warner Brothers took didn't want to go with this cut, because of people that were so divided with Man of Steel and Batman v Superman and the dark tone and everything. And I'm just like, I think that's the main reason why they had cold feet, was because they didn't know how the audience was going to feel about the dark tone and everything. But to be real with you, I think if his cut came out in the first place, first of all, it would have made much more money than what it made. It probably would have reached $1 billion or close to it, maybe 900 million. I believe it would have at least made 900 million at the box office. That's a success. That's a success. I know people. I know they have their standards or expectations of, you got to make $1 billion because it's Justice League, and maybe it could have. I'm not going against it, but I think it would have at least made more than the previous DC films. At 900 million, I feel like it would have made that. And I think you might not have won over all the Snyder haters and the DC haters, but I think you would have made more fans of Snyder stuff with that movie, because of all the fan service that it had. All the fan service and the character building, and they were going to explain some stuff that people were confused about or didn't like in Batman v Superman. So I'm like, why? I just have a hard time believing that this will be worse than the version we got. But I'm preparing myself if it is worse. Because there's always that possibility. Even though I'm popping myself up, the cut may come out and it may suck. I mean, we never know. But I don't think it would. I don't think it sucks. I don't think it does. And you know, if it does, at least at least I have my closure. At least I know what Snyder would have truly done with Justice League. I actually know what his direction was going to be after BVS. The true, continuation of BVS and Man of Steel. At least I would know that going in. And then we can just move on with the other DC movies that are coming out. And that's another thing I want to talk about because people are worried about, once this cut is released, are fans of Snyder going to let DC and Warner Brothers move on from this? And that's a tricky area. I'll be honest with you. It is a tricky area because we don't know. I don't know how people are going to react after this cut because for certain, like, if the cut comes out and it's not good, then we would look stupid. People that were supporting the cut all these years, we would look stupid, because we were lobbying for a film that, I guess in hindsight, never should have been released because it was bad. And I guess executives and other critics that were reporting on it kept saying it was bad. So we would look stupid on that part. That would be the worst case scenario for me. But yeah, if this movie comes out and let's say that it's good, or hey, it's great and most people love it, like, there is that possibility that fans may want to see more from Snyder after this, because people are now seeing that Snyder may be right for the job. Like, people are seeing the error of their ways and prematurely judging Snyder from what he was setting up at Man of Steel and BVS, actually seeing where he was going with that, and people actually like where it went with the Snyder cut. Yeah, people will probably be like, you know what, we should have done Man of Steel 2 a long time ago. Let's get Henry Cavill back. Or we should have had Ray Fisher had his own movie because of how well he was developed in the Snyder Cut. So yeah, let's get Ray Fisher back to be Cyborg. And I'm sure like Warner Brothers is probably not. They're definitely not thinking about Cyborg at the moment. And as far as Henry Cavill as Superman, we don't know about that either. But to be honest, like, they should have been thinking about doing Superman a long time ago. I don't understand that. But yeah, Cyborg. That wasn't in their plans, but if people rave about Cyborg in the Snyder Cut, I'm sure people will be like, yeah, I get Ray Fisher back and have his own movie. And I don't think Warner Brothers really wants to do that. They have these other projects that may or may not happen that they want to be more focused on. Cyborg is not in the mix. And then, as far as Henry Cavill's Superman, I hope this doesn't happen, but they may be thinking about another person playing Superman. That's, not Henry Cavill. And, I'll just say real quickly about Superman and Justice League was just not good, and the whole mustache thing is like, it's awful. It looks horrible, but like, it's if once we get this authentic version of Superman in the Snyder Cut, people will probably be lobbying for Henry Cavill to come back as Superman again, and then maybe Warner Brothers don't really want him to come back. That's probably why I didn't say anything about him, but I'll say all this saying that, yeah, there may be those people that might not let go if the Snyder Cut turns out to be fantastic. But at the end of the day, I don't I feel bad for people that want to move on from Snyder, and at the same time I don't. Because, I know people are enjoying Aquaman and Shazam and Joker, and I think some people like Birds of Prey also, and they're looking forward to Wonder Woman 84. This new direction that DC is making, it's going well for them. It's getting positive reviews, it's making them money, except for Birds of Prey. But, Wonder Woman is like their poster child of DC right now. But and I enjoy those movies. I enjoy them all. Like I said, Birds of Prey, I'm like, it's okay. But for the most part, I have been enjoying their new direction. It seems like there's a new energy with what they're doing with the DC movies. But at the same time, I'm still a Snyder fan. I don't want Snyder to be Snyder to be completely booted out of the universe. So I do want to see more from him. I'm not asking for that. I'm not saying that he should do. They should stop everything and continue with Snyder's 5 movie plan of Justice League, because at this point I don't know if that's going to be possible. If you're going to get all the cast back and all that stuff, like, and then will it interfere with the timeline of their new slate, So I'm not expecting that, even though I would like it, but that's not what I'm expecting. But what I would want, yes, I would want Ray Fisher to do a cyborg movie. I do, because I think he's a really good actor, and I thought he portrayed, even though I didn't like the theatrical cut of Justice League, I thought he was one of the standouts of that movie. I saw the potential for him to be a great cyborg. And I'm sure the Snyder Cut is going to make him even better because of all the stuff that Snyder said that with his development that was cut out. Like, they said that he was the heart of the movie, so that's what I wanted to see. And that's what I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to see, is him being the heart of the movie. So yes, I do want to see more from Ray Fisher Cyborg, but at the very least, I've said this before, that like, if we didn't get the Snyder Cut, I would at least want Henry Cavill to do one more Superman movie to prove that he actually is the Superman for this generation. Because then, even though people are starting to come around to Henry Cavill as Superman, there's still those people that don't really care for him and think he's too moody and like blah 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 blah. But I thought maybe in either the Snyder Cut or him getting another standalone movie would actually, solidify him as the Superman we know and love. Um, and just like, so that's it. At the very least, that's what I wanted, is for him to have a Man of Steel 2. Batman v Superman was not Man of Steel 2. It was a prequel to Justice League. It's like saying that the Avengers is a sequel to Thor 1 or Iron Man 2. Like, people don't consider the Avengers to be a sequel to any of the spin-off movies. So that's how I see Batman v Superman. It's not like a true authentic sequel of Man of Steel. It addressed some stuff after Man of Steel, but it wasn't mainly focused on him. So I would want a Superman movie mainly focused, it's just mainly focused on Superman, because you're doing another Batman movie with another actor where he's the main focus. Why can't we do that with Superman again? Because like Wonder Woman's having her sequel, like that's the Trinity right there. So I don't understand why they're having a hard time making another Superman movie. But anyway, I say all this to be like, why would you not want Snyder to come back in the universe if you end up enjoying the Snyder Cut? Like, why would you not want Snyder to still be affiliated in some way, shape, or form with the DC movies going forward? If he proves himself in it with the Snyder Cut, and then he actually explains what he was trying to do ever since Man of Steel, the people that were doubting his vision and people that didn't understand what he was going for, if he proved himself in the Snyder Cut, why would you not want Snyder to continue on in the universe? I'm not saying he has to direct every single movie, but I'm just like, why can't he make one or two more films? Why can't he be producing some stuff here and there? So I'm just like, I think that was the problem with Warner Brothers from the get-go. They dug themselves a hole when they redid Justice League like that and made it half-assed. You alienated the fan base by doing that, and then you add more salt to the wound by just ignoring it and then going off in this new direction. And the fans that liked the Man of Steel and Batman v Superman and stuff like that, and Suicide Squad, it doesn't appeal to them anymore. And those were the people that were making you the money, that was making you like close to $700-800 million with these films. And now that you're appealing more to this, I'm gonna say, Marvel demographic, the colorful demographic, the stuff that you more expect with superhero movies nowadays, like, now the fan base is just like, the fan base is just split. And like, Aquaman, yes, made $1 billion and that was great, but like Shazam while it didn't bomb, it made its money back, but it could have made more. I think mainly because it was going up against Avengers Endgame. I don't think that should have came out around that time. But then you have Birds of Prey, a movie that nobody wanted, nobody asked for, and the marketing for that was not very good. And it's like, yeah, it got decent reviews here and there, but like, yeah, it practically bombed. It didn't do its money. It didn't get its money back. So I'm like, you're ignoring you're ignoring what fans really wanted, which was either the Snyder Cut or Man of Steel 2. Nobody wanted a Birds of Prey movie with Harley Quinn. People wanted Man of Steel 2. I mean, then you had Joker, which I still am not a fan of that movie, but I give that a little bit more leeway because it's its own thing. It's not part of the universe, but it didn't help the fact, because people didn't like Jared Leto's Joker, and they like Joaquin Phoenix Joker more, and it's like I was willing to give Jared Leto another chance because he was did dirty with the cut of Suicide Squad that came out. They cut out all of his good scenes, and that's another thing. Maybe if the Snyder Cut is really good, we could probably lobby for the air cut and actually see more of Joker's scenes, and people may start coming around to Jared Leto's Joker. Maybe we don't know, but I just don't see this really as a problem. And, if people do start to be like, we want Snyder back more in the universe, like, they did this to themselves at the end of the day. Warner Brothers, like, shouldn't have botched up Batman v Superman. They shouldn't have botched up Suicide Squad. And they shouldn't have botched Justice League. And they wouldn't have been in the situation. If they just left those movies alone, I think I think Warner Brothers would have been in a better spot. Yes, yes, you may not have gotten everyone to love Snyder's universe, but it still would have made the money that you wanted, and the fan base that supported those movies, they would still be here and maybe help you get more money. And I would, just this is what happens when you reward the fans. We saw this with Sonic the Hedgehog with that horrible design that came out. Um, and then the fans were angry. They voiced their opinions, and then the studio went back and redid it. So that's another thing. Like, I am going to get HBO Max. I'm going to pre-order it. Because I want to reward Warner Brothers for actually listening to the fans. So I think you guys should too. Um, but yeah, man, I'm overall excited about this news. I'm so glad we're finally getting the cut. Um, and like I said, I know there's people that don't care for Snyder's movies and they prefer the Justice League that we got. Like I said, more power to you guys. You guys can continue to enjoy it. But for me, I'm just glad that we're finally going to get closure. Whether we get Cyborg or Man of Steel 2 with Henry Cavill, and Snyder is able to continue with his Justice League plan, and maybe we get Ben Affleck's Batman back for one more run, which I think that's probably the least likely thing because they want to push Robert Pattinson so much. And come to think of it, I'm just thinking about the whole situation with Ezra Miller. I don't know if they want Ezra Miller to come back as the Flash if the controversy doesn't die down, and like his stuff is up in the air with Fantastic Beasts and stuff like that. So I'm if I like Flash in the Snyder cut, I I may not expect to see him again if the stuff with Ezra doesn't fix itself. I don't know what's going on with that, so that's another thing. But even if we don't get any of that, at least I got my closure with Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. I can always go back to these three. That the trilogy will finally be complete. So that's how I feel about it. I'm really excited about it. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on it. How do you guys feel about the Snyder Cut being released? Are you guys excited to see it? Are you guys going to get it on HBO Max? Or are you part of the fan base that doesn't care about Snyder's movies and don't care about the Snyder Cut coming out and don't want it to come out? And are you worried that that when the cut comes out, that people are going to be, lobbying for Snyder to be more involved with the DC movies going forward. Maybe you like the direction that DC is going into right now after Aquaman. So I want to know. Comment your thoughts and let me know. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. This is a special occasion. I'm not always going to show my face, but this is a channel talking about all the things in the world of movies in podcast form. If you guys enjoy what I do, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 100 subscribers, so you guys can do that if you like. And you know for damn certain, I'm going to be reviewing this when it comes out. The review is coming. I cannot wait to talk about this movie. It's been a long time coming. And yes, I'm going to get to Birds of Prey at some point. I'm going to get that out for you guys soon. I just need to get people to watch it, and then I can actually have a panel to speak about it, because not everybody watched it. So I'm going to try and get it to you guys before Wonder Woman 84 comes out. So I'm going to look out for that. But man, it's a good time to be a DC fan. I'm going to say that right now. It's definitely a good time to be a Snyder fan too. But that's all I have for you guys. So I'll talk to you guys next time. All right. See you later.